Hi, Elle here with Pressure Free, and today I want to talk about a trigger that I see releasing stress hormones in a lot of people these days. And that trigger is receiving negative health news. Not so much private news about their own personal conditions, but public health news. For example, this week I came across both on LinkedIn posts, Facebook posts, and on the radio some research that sleep deprivation, or lack of sleep, causes some great disease in people. And I thought, wow, if I was someone who was having trouble sleeping and I read this article, I'd be pretty freaked out. I would probably release my stress hormones just by reading or listening to the talk about it. It was funny on the radio show too. They went on and on about lack of sleep, and then the very next song that they played was Wake Up Maggie by Rod Stewart. So here we are needing sleep, and we're going to wake up. What's interesting about stress hormones are there are two floods. First the adrenaline, and then later on the glucocorticoids. When cortisol releases in our bodies, that's our wake-up drug. Every morning before we wake up, a couple hours before, cortisol reaches our brain and tells our brain it's time to wake up. So if we have an argument right before bed, we're going to release that cortisol right when we're trying to go to sleep. And it's going to tell our brain, time to wake up. Stress is the culprit. Stress is what we need to address. And release of the stress hormones is the real culprit. And that's what I teach with Pressure Free. Simple ways for people to stop the release of these nasty hormones so that you can get a good night's sleep. In fact, not just a good night's sleep, but a sleep that's truly restorative. So you wake up in the morning, you have energy that you just can't even believe. You haven't had it in years. That's what happened to me personally and so many of my clients when they actually strap on my tool belt, wear those tools, and live pressure-free day after day. So watch out for negative health news. Just a billboard about heart attacks or a message that comes over the radio while you're commuting or driving. Any of those little things. Well, right now, sirens going by, that can trigger stress hormones as well, too. So watch out for these little things in your day. What are your triggers? Is negative health one of your news, one of your triggers? Be aware of that and just say no to releasing those stress hormones. Use simple tools. Even just smile. Interesting, but I'm not going to let it blow my day. So watch out for your triggers. Get to know what they are. Watch out for negative health news that it doesn't actually cause you to release stress hormones, which is really going to cause that chronic disease in you. I'm Elle with Pressure Free, wishing you a pressure-free day.